Okay. And all right. So tonight we're going to talk about Instagram basics. I'm pretty excited because I've kind of been branching out and trying some new things on my own Instagram recently, and it's been showing a lot of just different benefits and things. I've been getting a lot of more interactions with people, lots more engagements and things. So I'm pretty excited about that. But again, I've been doing this for 4 years and I've been like hanging around like 1,400 followers. Again, it's not about the followers. It's about just making connections with real people. There's so many fake accounts out there. And there's so many just random people or really creepy dudes too, by the way.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful. But I just have learned some tips and things, especially recently over the last few weeks, about just some different things we can do to kind of boost engagement and really reach out. And Ashley, I know you and I had talked too, and you had said the same thing. We kind of, I know we both watch those followers like every day. I'm like, refresh, and I'm like, oh, I lost one. So it wasn't the right person.
Yes. I mean, it happens. And like you said, it's the fake accounts. It's people phishing, trying to get you to like their page, and then they end up not liking you anymore. And we're too lazy to go back and find them. So it doesn't really matter.
I know. They was like, DM me or peep my page. And I'm like, no, you just peeped my page.
No, I'm not peeping your page. Bye.
Oh, that's funny. All right. So the first thing, because I think this is probably the most exciting one, is the Insta stories. They're super hot right now. Everybody is raving about them. Even Carl Deichler, who is the CEO of Beachbody, is like, get on the Insta stories, people. So if you guys don't know what that is, Ashley, I've seen your stories before. I've liked some of yours. So
yes.
On there. You can do pretty much anything. You can do your videos. You can do, obviously, your pictures. You can have pictures from your gallery, which is different than Snapchat. Like, Snapchat's a little weird about your gallery photos. It likes more real-time stuff. So with Insta Stories, you can post all that good stuff. So the other cool thing with Insta Stories is you can put hashtags on the page. So I'll show you guys on my phone. I don't know how much you guys know, what you don't know. So when you do a story or a picture, you can put, here's just a random one. So this is just a random picture because I had a massage today. So I was like trying to find something to post about my massage, I was like, oh, rocks that are too big. But you guys obviously know you swipe up and you got some options there. So I'm trying to get the light off there. Anyway, you have the hashtag option on there. That only really puts like one hashtag in there, and it's kind of, you can change the coloring a little bit if you want. So I just usually do text hashtags, and then you can do about 15 of those, and you can make them super tiny. You can kind of blend them into the background if you don't want them to take over your picture. But those are really good because people can still find your pictures through those hashtags, which is really cool too. Thing that's really important with Insta Stories is tagging your location. Now, I'm not saying tag exactly where you live at your house because, as we all know, moms always say, the robber's going to come to your house as soon as you post that, you're going to the grocery store or whatever. So you can tag any location. So we just branched out to the UK recently with Beachbody. So you can tag the United Kingdom, you can tag London, you can tag Canada where we're at too. So it's really cool because I've noticed definitely when I tag locations that I get a lot more people viewing those pictures. I don't know what it is exactly. I don't know if they just see it more in their feed or what, but I definitely get more views on those pictures that have location tags. So if you're at, you're in a bigger town and you're at, Target, Walmart, whatever. I don't know why, but my Walmart tags always get a bunch of views. Like, from what I hear, everybody hates Walmart. I still go there because it's the cheapest. So they need to stop hating on Walmart.
Right.
But location tags are definitely really, really good. And then, of course, you can pretty them up with your emojis. I'm going to try to see. I mean, I don't know. Lisa, have you been doing Insta Stories at all?
I do sometimes, not that often.
Yeah. It's kind of, what I heard is to do like 10 a day at the most. That seems like a little much for me. But if you can do it and you can squeeze it in, go for it. People are like them out a lot. So go for it. I also like on my Instagram, I have it linked to my Benefits with Jessica page that's on Facebook. So when I tag on my Instagram story, it actually goes to my like page story as well, which is super cool. So you can, because Facebook bought out Instagram, so they did now, and then you can do a lot of things in sync. Hi, Kim. Looks like
Hi, can you guys see me?
No, but we can see your name.
That's weird, but I don't know why it's doing that.
It's okay. You can let us see you if you want, or if not. We're having a pajama party, but I didn't get the memo, so. But we are actually talking about the Instagram stories right now. So the Insta stories, and I was just sharing a little bit about hashtags, making sure that you hashtag your Instagram stories. Make sure you tag your locations. It doesn't have to be your house, so you don't have creepers, but just any location, the UK, Canada, really anywhere. And if you are out, like if you are on vacation, tag that place because they're never going to find you there again. And then, of course, use the fun emojis that are there. You can pretty it up and things like that. Just be yourself. The other big thing, I'm going to kind of move away from Instagram stories. Do you guys have any questions about those before we move on?
Good.
Okay.
Well, I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So the other biggest thing that you guys have probably been hearing a lot lately is find your niche or niche, whatever you want to call it. I like niche. I don't know because that's how I would spell it. So find your niche, find your avatar, find people like you. So what does that mean exactly? And I personally struggled with this for a long time, and I'm like, well, I like fitness and I like working out. So I'm just going to hashtag fitness and fit girls and workout and WOD for workout of the day. And that's what every other Beachbody coach is doing too. And that's what all these fitness people are doing. So yeah, there's like 15, I think there's like 1.5 million fitness hashtags. Because if you are on your phone and you type in a hashtag, it actually tells you how many people have used it. It's pretty crazy. You don't see that same feature on your computer, but you do see that on the laptop or on your phone. So the thing is, you don't want to use those ones that are overused because Instagram is actually filtering some of those out. And if you use the discovery page, which if you guys know what that is, that's just the one that you go to when you put the little magnifying glass at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. But that's your discovery page. So whatever you've been looking at, been creeping on is going to show up on a discovery page because that's what finds, because Instagram finds those things that you've been searching and puts them all on a discovery page so you can find more people who are like you. So if you're tagging the word fitness, you're just going to get lost in the shuffle. So you want to think about your niche. So what does that mean exactly? Your niche is things that you like that aren't necessarily related to fitness. They can be, but maybe fit moms, which is also getting overused, by the way. So try fit mama, or the UK people like fit mums. They say mom instead. So try things like that, and I actually have been doing this in a leadership training. So I have just been putting on a Post-it all of these things that I think about. I don't know if you guys can read these. I don't have to read through all of them, but it's just a way for me to capture it in my planner of like all of the different things that I do that I like that are completely different. Now, they might be somewhat related, but I like DIY projects. I like happy people. I like Debbie Downers. I'm going to type happy people or positive people, or I'm obviously a redhead, so I type redheads. I get mad really easily, so I don't hashtag that, but I like thrift shopping, I like discounts and things. So just those things that you think about. What are things that you like? What are some hobbies that you have? You guys have kids, you're married, but what do you do besides fitness? Are you, so Lisa, you're a stay-at-home mom. So a lot of people use that acronym SAHM for stay-at-home mom. So you can use that. I like pretty things. I like flowers. I like farmhouses and like vintage and rustic things. So tag things like that. One that popped in my head the other day was I love those like succulent plants, like the little succulents. Those are so cool. I'm like, well, tag those there and go like those pages. Find those things that you like and use those hashtags. The flip side of that is how do you find people who are like you? So while you're going to be using those hashtags on your pictures, whether they're related to your picture or not, you still can use those to find other people. So one thing that I've been doing, I was mentioning to Lisa and Ashley before you got on, Kim. My husband does archery. We've kind of been doing archery recently. So I've been using that hashtag a lot. I'm finding like archery chicks, family, and like using that hashtag to go through, look through the Instagram newsfeed to see other people who I might want to work with. If it's somebody who is like, got the RBF, you know, they look like they hate their life. They got, I don't know, camo face paint or something all over them. I'm probably not going to like their page or go to their page or try to connect with them. They're not somebody that I really want to work with, which is also a really cool thing in Beachbody because we get to pick who we work with. And I got lucky with Lisa here who picked me. But you know, you get to pick people who you want to work with. And you can find those people through those hashtags. So it's kind of putting pieces of the puzzle together and then really finding those people who, you know, that get you excited. Like I went to people's Instagram page and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, she's a Trader Joe's mom. I love Trader Joe's. So, and she actually works out and she's not doing one of our programs because I also look a lot for people who have their Shakeology cup or, you know, obviously a lot of people need to be obsessed. So they've got the stretchy bands. So if they already have those in their picture, they've got a pretty cool page. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and follow them or like. Most of the time I don't because I don't need to follow other Beachbody coaches. You know what I mean? So that's kind of one way you can kind of find new people and it's super easy and it's kind of fun. Like, you know, when I'm at work most every day from 8:30 to 4:30. So I always use my bathroom time as my time. Hey, Kim, we can see you.
Yeah, I was trying to find the setting. So, sorry. It was really weird.
Don't worry. Look, you're coming too. Gosh, I should have totally put on some comfy clothes. But yeah, I just kind of scheduling, just sit on the news feed like Facebook forever in the bathroom. Then 20 minutes later, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm still in the bathroom. So what I'm saying is you can definitely, you know, find those little chunks of time if you guys have busy schedules just to do different things. Like I usually do my hashtags when I'm in the bathroom. So if I hashtag toilet time, you might know what that means. So that'll be but that's really like the biggest thing about hashtags. So I did another, and I'm sorry, I talk super fast too, and I swear I haven't had Energize since this morning. But another thing, I've been, you know, doing some Instagram trainings and just trying to learn more about it because, you know, I want to have a really cool Instagram page and I want like the 16,000 followers. How cool would that be?
Yeah.
I just think it would be cool. Even though me and my 15-year-old, like, we compete with each other to see who has more followers. And of course he's winning because he's super cute and, you know, so all the girls like him. But so with some of the trainings, one thing that I've learned recently is to do the whole following. So you follow, you don't have to do this many people. You kind of figure out what works for you. Using those niche things that you like or using those hashtags you like. And you follow people who are like you. Or, you know, I like to do yoga, so I'm going to go follow some yoga profiles. And you'll get some followers from that. But one of the things, this was a recent app that I actually downloaded for myself, is like an Instagram cleaner. Because what you want to do, and Ashley, we were talking about this a little bit too, is we lose track of those people who we follow and then never follow us back. So apparently there was some way where you could actually track when you go to someone's profile to see if they're following you back. I've never been successful with that. So the best thing that I've done is install an Instagram cleaner, which the one I have on my Android is it's called Inst Followers, like INST followers. Either go to your Play Store or iTunes and find something else similar. But it's been really helpful because I could see out of, I think at the time I was following about 1,500 people, which was more than the followers I had. So I wanted to kind of back off that number a little bit. Installed that. I went through it and it does kind of a review of your profile. It gives you some really stupid ads from Farmville type games or something. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore, but it does give you really annoying ads. So you kind of have to bear through that. But it really does show you who has not followed you back. And I like mad dash through there. I'm like, unfollow, because why would I want to follow someone who's not following me back? Now, of course, those huge, you know, people who have like 1 million followers, they follow like 14 people. Why do they do I think that is the meanest thing in the world. That's like insulting. But I guess. So anyway, you can unfollow. I think it's about 50 an hour, which I'm telling you, I don't get on there every hour and unfollow 50 people. I'm not structured. But, you know, I do it probably twice a day. Again, toilet time. That's the fun stuff you do on the toilet. So that's just a really super helpful thing that I've recently done. And it's definitely I'm lowering my following a day. And I'm following people who I actually want to follow. Because there for a while, when Instagram was changing a few things, they're like, follow as many people as you can, or go follow celebrities and you're going to get a bunch of followers. Well, that did work probably 6 months ago, but it's not working now. So what do? You find that other balance. You figure out the new things that Instagram is doing so that you can make it work for you a little bit better. All right. So that was the Instagram cleaner. So another thing too, going backwards a little bit to hashtags, I do it both ways. I'm more of a computer person because I like typing. That's my jam. I could type all day. But you know, a lot of people will save those 30 hashtags that you can put on your picture for. They'll either save it in their notes on their phone or put it to my sticky notes on my laptop, so I can just copy and paste. Now, sometimes I'll do different things and I'll just kind of look through and see kind of what the popular hashtags are, or something maybe that I'm posting that I haven't ever really posted before, trying to figure out some new hashtags to use. Another thing with hashtags too, you can go to, if you're looking at some friends' profiles or you're looking at somebody's picture and you're like, God, this is like kind of a boring picture. How do they have, 300 likes on it? You know, you can look at that and see some of the hashtags that they're using, and you can actually use some of those. If you're on your computer, you can actually copy and paste those. You can't do that from your phone though, because when you try to copy it, it's going to take you to those hashtags. So that's just like a little trick. If you do want to copy hashtags, you can do that, but just from your laptop. So one thing that I've also been doing that has increased my following is I changed my profile around. So I was just randomly throwing out pictures all day. Oh, here's my food. Okay, here's my shake. It's boring to people. They're seeing the same thing over and over again. So I recently changed my profile a little bit, and I'm doing the every other picture. So sometimes you'll see funny, it's not funny. You'll see fun organization on people's profiles, and you're like, clearly these people have somebody doing their profile for them because it's amazing. Well, I'm not that person, but I did find a simple way for myself to create a very simple structure, and I just do every picture as a black and white, as a white background with black text, and then my next picture is whatever I want it to be. So this is what mine's looking like right now. You can see every other one. It's simple for me. It works for me. It's not overcomplicated, and I'm going to be honest, I've only gotten like 20 new followers, but that's actually a lot for me. And I've probably been doing this for about a week now.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So what is it you do, the white background, like a word post?
Yeah.
Or something like that, like a quote, but it's in black and white. Then you post a picture and you keep going back and forth like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see, and you can do whatever you want. So
but it does. It looks more organized. So that way you're not looking at constant pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
If you look at my pictures from like 2 weeks ago, it's
right.
random. I mean,
and that's how mine are. They're kind of like all over the place.
Yeah. It's overstimulating.
Right. Okay.
I just didn't get as much traction as I do now.
Okay, cool.
Figure out what works for you though. If you go look at some of those bigger profiles, you'll see some really cool stuff. People got like 4 pictures in one. It's, makes up like Abe Lincoln's face or something cool.
Right.
Complicated. Just do something simple, but try to create some sort of a system or structure that's organized. Because when people do go to your profile, it just looks like you're a little bit more professional. So that's one tip that I've been doing. The other thing that I saw the other day on someone's post or on their profile that I was like, oh my gosh, that's super cool. I'm going to figure out how to do this. So it took me 45 minutes, which I didn't think was too bad. But if you guys have noticed, there is the new feature, which is the highlights. So the highlights are underneath of your bio. They're right in here. And you can do some pretty cool stuff with those. So basically, it's your Instagram stories. So you want to be mindful of that. You want to be thinking about those niche things that you have. So Kim, you had a cat, right? You had a nice black cat walking. Was it all black?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's across all of our paths.
Has a little bit of weight on the belly, the smallest.
Okay, good. I'm not superstitious, but you never know. But anyway, so think about those things that you do that makes you unique. Hey, look, you got little guys on there.
Say hi today.
Hello.
So just think about those things that make you unique that you're going to put as your highlights. So if you guys look at my page, I did just the things that I really enjoyed that I like to project. So I'm all about self-love, taking care of yourself. So that's one of my highlights. I'm a mom, so I did mom life, which I know is overused, but I want to use it again. I'm a foodie. I love food. I just choose not to eat all the bad stuff. Obviously fitness, we got to throw that in there as coaches, right? I put in archery, and then I also put in coaching, and then I put in hunting because we are a hunting family. So you'll want to be mindful of that as you start creating your Instagram stories, because you'll want to add those pictures there. And then the way I did how it's all in sync, and I stuck with my white background and the black lettering, but you guys can see that I did just little circles. So when you actually click on those, then it takes you through my stories of, this is my self-love. So I'm at the chiropractor getting some consultation on my back, and it just goes through, the selfies that we take 5,000 of. This was after a Reiki session that I had. The bags under my eyes are designer, just the self-love stuff. So it's all kind of themed. So all of my mom life stuff is going to have pictures of, I have boys. So there's a gun on my pretty pillow. That's mom life. Making pancakes with my little guy. It's mom life. So those are like your buckets. So if you think of them like that, and think of the things that you really like. So now the other way, so I want to share with you guys a little bit. I think, Kim, don't these cut off at like 40 minutes?
I think so, yeah.
I think it might be 45. You get like a 40-minute warning. So we still got a little bit of time. But what I did to create my actual picture was Canva, which you can use on computer or your phone. And I've known about this forever, and I haven't embraced it, but it is amazing for graphics. You can load whatever you want into it, and all I did was just pick a font I wanted, pick a white background, and I typed self-love. And then I picked another. I saved that to my phone in my gallery. The next one I made was mom. I saved that to my gallery, and then I did, my next one was hunting. So I saved it to, simple. Just kind of rinse and repeat, So then I actually put those into my Insta stories. So if you would have saw my Insta stories last week, you'd been like, what is all this? But I put all those different words, the white background words, into my Insta story real quick. And then whenever you add them to create your highlight, you have a plus sign over here for a new story. So you click on that. Let me make sure I have appropriate pictures coming up. Yep, we're good. You can pick pictures from your gallery. They're going to be all of your Insta stories in there. So you can see how I did. These were my pictures.
Oh, okay.
So it actually pulls, what the gallery is pulling from is your Insta stories.
Right.
So if you're if you've got a picture on your phone, you want to make sure you put that in your story before you add it to your highlights. Does that make sense?
So your Insta story has its own set of photos that you've done, and besides your regular timeline stuff. That's basically what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pulling it from your actual, okay, I got you.
Yep. Yeah, it's like, because my Insta story photos don't save to my phone, but it's like Instagram saves them for you. So it's
mine automatically saves to my phone as well.
Okay, well, cool. So you've got that there. But yeah, that's really all you do to create those. So, and you don't have to put, the word over it. It's just kind of what's so funny?
My kids are screaming and putting their hands under the door because I locked them out.
Oh, that's so funny. I told you, didn't I say that? I was like, are your kids' hands under the doors yet? Because
You were totally doing that.
Oh, that's funny. We won't be on here too much longer. But
oh, don't worry, it's vacation.
But that's how you do the highlights. So they're really cool right now. And some people I need to figure out, because underneath each one of my circles it says highlights. I've seen people doing like emojis based on whatever that bucket is they have. So I need to kind of play around with that a little bit. But it is just kind of a cool way to kind of highlight things you do. Kind of ties into your bio. So your bio is pretty important because that's like the first thing people see when they come to your page. So most people say emojis get more traction. People like emojis. I personally, I like emojis. I hate putting them into posts because it takes way too much of my time. But I do it anyway because it's what people want to see. Because it does add color and it takes away from the blah words. I'm gonna drink my tea real quick. So in your bio, you want to, I think you have 150 characters. I could be wrong. But in your bio, in order to do that, you can do it on your phone or your computer. If you are going to add in the emojis, you'll want to do it on your phone. If you don't have emojis on your keyboard, it's kind of sad. But so to do that, you just edit profile when you go to your homepage. And so you see your picture. And this is where you can also, because one of my other coaches, Brenda, was asking me about how do you get your name and then your username, because I have my name as Jess Wilkin and then my username is Benefitness with Jessica, because that's, my kind of tagline. So this is where you change your stuff. You can change your photo. It's just like any other thing, changing your biography. But you can also link your Facebook page here if you want to do that. So again, you can have your Instagram stories go to your like page, or I think you can probably go to your other page as well. I just got the 10-minute warning, so we got left.
Over.
But for your bio, you just want to think of, again, it's about who you are. So what are some really fun things about you? I think I'm hilarious, but my family doesn't, so I just put it in there. Because I will knee slap laugh at myself, and they're just seriously straight face. But I think I'm funny. I love to laugh. I also sometimes, not sometimes, I do cuss a lot, so I'm sorry. I'm pretty proud of myself for not cussing on this video at all. But so I do have on mine here, because I'm a mom of boys, I'm trying not to raise a-holes. And that just, I think, speaks to my personality a little bit. But, and then I put, because my husband's name's Jesse and I'm Jessica, but I put Jesse's girl, so then all the creeper dudes hopefully know that I'm married. But if they can't figure that out, then I will tell them. And then I put loves, the emojis, pizza, and cake, because I freaking love pizza and cake. And I tried to do that diet once, and it does not work. So try that.
There's a pizza cake diet?
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then I put in a little bit of a plug on, let me help you have a happy mind, body, soul, and life. And I did start here, and I don't know if you guys have seen some of the Linktree profile, like the links before in people's bios. A lot of coaches are doing it, but the link basically takes them to another page where they can fill out profiles and kind of information about themselves. So I have it forms that I created, and I honestly don't think anybody has ever filled one out, so don't waste your time on it right now. But it is it's kind of cool, somebody does go through, dang, she has some good questions. But again, don't waste your energy on some of that stuff that's a little overwhelming. But so that's really it. Create a cool bio about yourself. I also kind of cheated a little bit, because there's a section in here that asks for your website. So that's where I put the Linktree at. Trying to remember though, because I have, you can tag your location. Well, again, I didn't want to tag exactly where I live so people could come to my house or anything, but I did put because I have a website, jesswilkin.com. So I put that there as my location. So it's totally cheating, but you do whatever you can. And then I did put Central Illinois, because I do live in Central Illinois, but I didn't say exactly where I live. So, so that's that. Do you guys have questions about the bios or anything? All right. Okay, so let's open it up to just general Facebook questions, because I've been talking forever and I want to hear what you guys have questions about. I can keep talking.
So, like, when you do your story, because, you know, like, sometimes I'm like, dang, that was so cute. But I'm like, is my audience going to always see what's on my story? You know, because sometimes people don't always click it. You don't do it. You're not redundant, right? You don't go back and post it on your actual timeline as well.
On Facebook, I do sometimes, because you can do Facebook stories now too.
Right.
You can. I mean, you totally can if that's like the theme you're going for. Because sometimes the Insta stories are a little busy, like the pictures.
Right, because you see a whole list of them, and then I'm like, because my trainer, who's like my really good friend, he was like, you need to post more on your Insta stories, and I'm like, well, I want people to make sure that they're seeing them, because you know that gives you an option to click on it. If it's actually on my timeline, you're gonna really see it.
Right. So think of your timeline as kind of just your bio. Like, think of it. You know, the horrible saying is your highlight reel. you kind of want it to be like that. And then your Insta stories are the real, the raw, you know, what's happening right in the moment. Because people really like that face-to-face like interaction of you talking to them. Now, I'm horrible about going live, mainly because I'm around my family and they totally make fun of me for talking to my, like, it's just weird, but do your thing, like do it. Go live if you can, you know, talk on there if you can.
I've never done that. So that's something that that's
See,
something
get out of your comfort zone. There you go.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
It is weird. I mean, it is a little strange,
like walking down the street, making your way downtown, and you're talking to yourself, and people are looking like, what is she doing?
I know. I don't even like taking pictures in public places, because I'm like I'll take a picture of my cart. I was at Aldi the other day taking a picture of my cart, and I'm like,
making sure people aren't looking.
Right. Like, I have people to inspire. So anyway,
right.
But I mean, again, if that's, you know, what you want to do, you can post those pictures. You can reuse them. And I did hear people say that they do sometimes reuse those Instagram story photos.
Right.
Reuse those in your stories. You can reuse them in your timeline. I mean,
I thought it was just a little redundant, but I'm like, some of those are good, and I'm like, I want to make sure people are seeing them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I do pull up like older posts, so posts from a couple months ago, or I will reuse like workout pictures. Some days, like, I just don't, like, most days I'm a happy person, but there's some days I'm like, I'm not feeling it today. How am I going to inspire somebody? So I'm like looking through my gallery. I'm like, I look really freaking happy in this one. So I'm going to take a picture and say, you know, just try to inspire.
And I do see people like always reposting something that they've already posted. Like their comparison pic, it'll be like one pic and they always have a new pic with it, you know, when they're doing their comparison or they're redoing it. So that's another thing that I have to work on. Again, I'm like, I don't want to be redundant. I don't want people like, oh my God, she's posting this again.
Yeah, well, I would definitely do it in your story then, since they go away in 24 hours.
Right.
I would totally be redundant in your story. Maybe not like once a week, the same picture, but I'd say every few weeks.
Just to keep bringing it back.
Yeah, definitely.
Are your Insta stories public?
Yes, they are. Good night. Look, here's another one. Sorry. And another one. And another one. Good night.
Bye.
Turn the lights off, please. Okay, so yeah, definitely I can use that then.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I don't have many pictures of me being on my bigger side, so it's like.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't either, because nobody likes to take pictures when they're.
No, you don't. So I'm pulling stuff out of the cobwebs, trying to.
Right.
Trying to find those pictures.
Right. Usually mine are like I'm eating something, you know, but I'm like, hey, that's a good one.
No, usually mine are like the neck up. That's all you see.
Right.
That's it.
I hear you. So, Kim, did you have any questions?
No, I feel like I'm so new to Instagram, or like that it's all learning for me. And it's just a matter of like right now I feel like I'm just posting and happy that I posted something, anything like at this point, and then hoping just to keep getting better and better at it. But
sure, yeah. I mean,
I do use Canva. So yeah, it just feels like kind of a new language.
Yeah,
I just was
different.
Yeah, which I'm really excited about though, because I mean, I keep doing the same thing I've been doing over and over.
Right.
And it
And the
hasn't.
thing with Instagram is it's international. Like Facebook is too, but it's so much more limited. Like Instagram, I have to look at people's their words, because sometimes it's Spanish or it's like French, and I'm like, okay, well, I obviously can't have a conversation with this person. Even though I'm like, God, they have the best like Instagram profile. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna have to pass. Or I'll like some of their pictures, but I can't talk to them, so I should be bilingual or something. But
I thought they had to translate.
They do. They should have a translator.
I thought there was a translate button. No, that's on Facebook.
There's definitely one on Facebook.
Yeah. There's definitely one on Facebook. I could have sworn there was one on Instagram. There was a translate.
But we've got less than 1 minute, so we can keep chatting, but we're probably going to get cut off here in a second. So,
thank you so much, Jess, and it's nice to meet you guys too.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
Guys.
All right, we'll talk later. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.